Bonjour à tout le monde, PK is on the phone, and today I'm gonna be checking some of the traditional counts and show you some of my Elliott Wave that I did over them. So first of all, I would like to take a look at the S&P 500, and considering the fact that this thing doesn't really look nice Elliott Wave wise. I would like to take a look at the algos first and see what might happen. So on the log scale, we currently have a bearish algo in play, meaning from the top to the bottom and into the golden zone. Let's see if it's gonna hold, and then the target would be somewhere there. So the demand zone is there as well. Why? Because after this little candle, things went parabolic as well. I think it's the inner wave too. If not, there's a typical support from the previous structure, and it falls into the golden zone. So that would be the second area of interest if this thing falls. I cannot confirm that this is ever going to happen, simply because whenever you have a structure that overlaps, you cannot really be sure what's going to happen after. If it was a proper impulse, then I would be more certain into something like this, right? But I don't have that for the moment. So I'm not sure if this thing here was the bottom or this thing was the bottom of the first drop. Because if this thing was the first, then I could build something like that, meaning that would be some sort of a triangle, or you can develop into a longer triangle. If not, it can be wave A into the flat, and then wave C goes a bit further, and then we have a drop. And it doesn't have to be any of those. It can be just simply we finish something here and off we go, because we have an overlap. But if I had to apply an Elliott count to this, it would be okay. It would be something along the lines of a triple zigzag. No, not you. You. Okay, to clean a bit, go 1 hour. So I cannot count this as a leading expanding diagonal, because this wave is shorter than that wave. So I had to count it as a WX, ABC for Y, ABC for X, and then impulse for wave A, leading diag A, then double combo for B as a flat, whatever, X, and zigzag for wave Y to end your B. And then this lazy looking thing that could either spike a bit up to grab liquidity and then drop, or it can just die off here, and this would be the move. Just as much as this can be 1, 2, and 3, this can be A, B, and C. And we cannot pass this X if it's a triple zigzag. I don't like it because already triple zigzags are rare. This one would be definitely not looking good symmetry wise. But if I had to apply an Elliott wave count, it would be this. So for the moment, a lot of uncertainty, but if I had to put my money on something, it would be a short somewhere there. All right, next chart would be Zoom. This thing kind of dies slowly, and I had a count of this structure being an impulse, and actually it was, but it was just a C of a flat wave of 4. Now, when you look at it from the top, it looks like an impulse being done here. When I measure wave 1 of this last supposed 5th wave, in my opinion, we still have some time to go. So 1, 2, 3 ABC for a flat, and I think that we're hitting the ending diagonal here, because this was the 3-wave move, and I labeled it 1, and then a 3-wave move for 3. Now we need a 3-wave move for wave 3 as well, and that 3-wave move needs to be shorter. Okay, cooperate, shorter than this. So this thing looks overlappish, so might as well be something like this to have our 3rd wave, and then the 4, and then the 5th incoming. The levels to beat and to exit this apex are definitely here. We need to kill this level 2 to have some sort of a confirmation that this thing is gonna go. So motive wave here, all right, diagonal or impulse, whatever. So unfortunately, hurry up and wait with Zoom. Next thing will be Tesla. From the top, I found a leading diagonal, so again, an overlapping thing. That means can be done, doesn't have to be done. But for the moment, we had an impulse of the lows, and either a WXY or an ABC, so this thing doesn't have to end there. This can be a B, and C, and then an X, and then again a sort of A, B, C. That would be long actually, but it would trigger the buy side algo. In a linear scale, it already happened. Anyway, I call for this one to be bought. So if anybody bought it, you could have your stop in profit already. And after it started moving, we had 5 waves that don't overlap, so it's a case of this being an impulse and the beginning of the supposed wave C or 3. And after, if we had this C, then we might expect more down to come on Tesla. So 5, 3, 5, completing the bear market. And if this was the bottom, then we'll see. For the moment, there's 5 up, so you might long the retracement. Next thing would be NVDA, and I also had from the top, and this was my macro 3rd wave, from the top 5 non-overlapping waves. So I still think that we do have an impulse downwards, and we're at the level of C or 3 for the moment on this retracement. So my wave 1 is here, and then I have an expanding flat, and if you look at it, it falls exactly, wave C or 3 falls exactly in the golden zone for the 3rd wave. If this thing decides to stay impulsive and you want to hunt for your wave 4, you have the previous structure here, and one of the levels to take a look on, keep an eye on, would be of course 0.38, and it falls of course right there. So since this one, in my opinion, was sideways, we might expect a sharp drop in wave 4. And then you could have your wave 5 and some money. If not, then this shouldn't hold, and there is already on oscillators, there's a bearish divergence forming on hourly, on 4 hours, and I'm not sure about daily though. But I wouldn't be longing this right there, that's for sure. Okay, so 5, 3, 5 to come if we hit that bear market. And that's gonna hurt for 1 more year of a bear market on NVDA. Next thing is gonna be AI, and Sam already talked about this, but considering that it's my account, I'm gonna go over it as well. So 1 into ABC W, ABC X, and AB and C Y. So you have a flat, zigzag, zigzag with being double combo, and it does look like a flat, and it does measure like a flat, but still I can label it double combo and be it's a valid Elliott Wave count. The only issue is this looks like a flat, but it doesn't really measure like one. Sorry, it doesn't really comply to Elliott Wave rules. You can also have a case of this being a zigzag with a leading diagonal and an impulse here, so ABC. But then you cannot have another zigzag. You can have 2 times zigzag in a double combo. All right, let's go to a small time frame. So off the golden zone, off the lows, we had an impulse, and from what it seems, there was a first move, first zigzag, and then a wave X, or maybe it's going to develop into something longer, and then having another ABC. But for the moment I count it as an A, B, and first demand zone is the previous structure for wave 4. The second one would be from what it all went up really deep, wave 2 over here. So I might be if I was a buyer, I might be buying here or over there. And then the targets for this monster are gonna be far away there in the universe. One of the best maybe investments that one can do, not a financial advice of course. Let's take a look at the Google. Okay, Google as well had 5 waves, impulsive downwards without overlap. And from what it seems, I think it's making a double zigzag for the moment. I made it Heiken-Ashi candles so that I can have a better view on what's happening. I'm gonna drive you to it slowly, just take a look, and for you to see if you like this short that might be coming on Google. So 5 waves for your wave A, then a zigzag for the B, and then 1, 2, and then you have an inner 1, 2, 3 triangle, 4, 5, and then a 4 and a 5 to end your C wave for the W. X being an ABC zigzag, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse into a triangle A, B, C, D, and E. That would be your wave B. And then 1, 2, 3, maybe it's not done yet. 4 to be expected, and 5 perhaps. Demand zone and the previous resistance or support, as you wish, would be the previous structure wave 4 as well. And then of course the next level would be the wave 2. But we know that the bear algo is going to defend here from 0.5 to 0.618. And then like NVDA or what else I was looking at. Doesn't matter, it can still drop further for one more year, because this doesn't really look impulsive. It's fighting to survive. If I would be doing something, I would be shorting it right here. Okay. Next thing would be dollar. So for some time I've been calling this thing to have some sort of a rally, because it never had a proper retracement since it started dropping. Maybe it's not even gonna have, but I'm thinking, because this thing went just a tick under the previous wave, I'm thinking there's still potential for this to make some sort of a retracement towards the selling zone. This is not important, because when you look at it, there are 5 waves, 1, 2, and then an inner 1, 2, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4 to end your diagonal here for the 5th of the inner 3rd wave, and the wave 4, and then the wave 5, and bigger 4 and bigger 5, this being the completed move. So if I was wrong and something ended here, then perhaps we might be having a flat wave forming like that, and then we drop. So for example, you have people thinking, okay, this thing moves up, then I'm gonna long the retracement and I'm gonna make some money on wave C. But in fact, if this just goes impulsively high enough, it might be over, and this might be the move, ABC, and down it goes. But I'm expecting this to go a bit further, and inversely, Euro, it's literally doing the opposite. Also, I can find arguably 5 waves, and inner 3rd wave is extended, and there is another small impulse inside of the 3rd wave. So the first, if you're short, the first zone where you would take your profit would be the previous structure of the wave 4, and that would be your wave A, let's say, and then the B and the C. So have to watch both of these assets, both euro and the dollar, to see something clean to find your case building the next trade when it comes to foreign exchange. Okay, after this, I'm thinking that euro would continue to go up and dollar would still descend on the other hand after this correction being done. So at the same time, just like dollar could be a flat, there's a case of this being a flat as well, and then we have a continuation with the twice support of waves 4 here. If you're still with me, I'm thanking you for your attention, and please hit a like to give some support, and join us at the Trade Devils. Thank you guys.